There we go. Hello everyone, welcome to our September unboxing of our two new collections, the I Pick You and the Yule Fuel collections. These are really cute. One's holiday and one's more fall and apple themed collections. If you haven't had a chance to check them out, they're up on our website today. I'm going to switch over to the comments. There we go. We also have a blog hop, or not blog hop, an Instagram hop celebrating these two releases as well. Definitely check that out. There's a ton of inspiration from the creative team as well as some special guests. So definitely check that out. Super cute cards. Hello, hello. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday. It's definitely still hot. I don't think I will stop saying that for at least a couple months here in Arizona. I was going to check the weather, but my watch is not connected to my phone. So yay. Oh, Autumn James. I love that name, Autumn. That's so pretty. All right, so let's dive in. I have all the new products here, all boxed up for us to look through. So let's switch cameras and go to our picture-in-picture and check out these new goodies. We're going to start with the I Pick You collection. And I do have the catalog here and I can kind of show you because the catalogs are so wonderful and fun. They're really for our retailers, the awesome online stores or brick and mortar stores that carry our products. These are really for them to kind of look through and pick what products they want to carry at the stores. But I always like to kind of give you guys a sneak peek of this because it is just full of beautiful images, and you can see the products here as well. So I'm going to keep that out. It's also handy for me to refer to for the names of all the products. All right, we're going to open this up here and let's take a look. So lots of fun goodies in here. We're going to start off with, I'm going to pull these two out. We have, so part of the I Pick You collection, we have a new acrylic speckle. We have a black and white currently, but now we have a brown. And what's awesome about these is that they are opaque and they make, so they will show up on top of dark colored cardstocks, even black. Can you believe that or not? Let's see, pop over here to the comments. There we go. Yay! Ooh, yes, I know apple picking themes are so great. So cute. But this is a wonderful, wonderful addition to our speckle kind of palette. I think this would make cute little specks on apples. I think that's such a cute detail. In fact, we might, let's do that today. Let's try and add to that a little bit today. And then we have these mini clay apples. They're so cute. I love them. Adorable. These are also part of the collection. Oh, my apples are a little different than these. Just a little. So super cute. I want to use these for, I'm actually going to create a card today as well. So I want to use those, incorporate those. But let's start with the products now. So first up, we have the Apple Branch stamp set. A really gorgeous big apple branch here with apples. You also have flowers, which are nice to add and pop them in here and there. There's some great sentiments. We have thank you. Down here we have you're the sweetest. I couldn't have picked a better friend. So really, really fun. This is a great set for people who love to color because these images are large and big and really fun for coloring. I did some watercoloring with them. I love to watercolor. It's just a quick way, and watercolor really is a nice natural fit to these images. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Lots of open space. Yes, for watercolor. Exactly, Autumn. Or no, that was Kay. Exactly. Totally lots about open space. Also great for those who like to color with like alcohol markers or even colored pencils. Actually, Michelle shared a stunning card in the Instagram hop today where she colored these in with colored pencils. So definitely check that out. So this is a really fun set for coloring. And it does come in Stampin' Cut version. Blah. So you get the 4x6 stamp set. And then in the back, you have the coordinating dies. So very, very nice. Love that. Ooh, and the back of this one, you can see really pretty project as well. And the dies will cut out not only that all the images, so that large branch, and I do want to point out all the nice little openings, little negative spaces that get cut out, so you end up with this beautiful lacy cut for the apple branch. But you also have dies for the sentiments as well. So you have, and again, nice attention to detail where they cut out the negative space in that sentiment. So again, you end up with a lacier sentiment die cut, which is really, really wonderful. Oh, thank you for sharing. Okay, and there's some sentiments in this collection as well. We have this one, this gorgeous set here, and this is just a sentiment set. But as you can see, all of the stamp sets in this collection also have their own sentiments, which is nice to have a lot of variety. But this super beautiful sentiment set is the Your Golden stamp set. So you have just the sentiment stamp here. I love how there are, oh, you know what, I should show you cards. I forgot about cards. Before we move on, let's look at the cards for this one here real quick. So first, let me pull this aside for a second. We have this card here. This is actually by Mindy. It's in our catalog. This is such a great example of this apple branch stamp set, but no coloring. So see how stunning it is? Just beautiful line art. Love, again, pointing out that sentiment, how nice it cuts out that negative space. So that's a beautiful card with this set. The next two examples I'm going to show you are projects that do highlight how wonderful it is to color this set. We have this one here. This is the one I watercolored. And I believe I used reactive inks. I love to use the reactive inks to watercolor, and just did some pretty gradations over the apples and leaves. Finished off with some of those flowers that are, again, standalone. So you can then pop them in here and there and fill in the space anywhere you'd like. And then last, and on this card, you can actually see the speckle from the brown acrylic speckle here on Mindy's card. She did Copic coloring, beautiful. I love also how she has her branch kind of come in a different kind of angle. Really, really pretty. Again, she used some flowers. These are actually flowers from another die set, so we'll get to that. But this one's so stunning. Love how she colored these apples. They look so round and delicious. You just want to take a bite. And you get another sweet sentiment from that set. So really, really awesome set. Gorgeous, gorgeous apples and leaves that you can color with that. And this is, again, a good example of that awesome brown speckle that you can actually see even over this dark red cardstock. So really, really awesome set. Okay, now back to Your Golden stamp set. I don't know why. I always forget sometimes. I'm like, I got samples to share. I don't know why. All right, so an awesome set. There's some really fun sentiments. You have Your Golden. You can use that with the apples to create kind of golden delicious apples, which are actually my favorite. Do you guys have a favorite apple? Do you like them all? I've never been a Granny Smith. I like them with like dipping sauces because I'm not really a sour girly, but I do love Golden Delicious. Any red is also good, but I know some people have found some really fancy, delicious apples. And now I'm like, I got to make a list and go hunt these down. Gavin who helps do all of our videos was pointing out a very delicious apple. Honey Crisp. Yes. I've heard of that one. I think Golden Delicious is my favorite. I think that is. But now I'm going to make a list for sure. And like we could do like a tasting. That would be so fun. And get all those apples and put them together. Macintosh. Oh, for pies. Yes, yes, yes. Granny Smith apples are for cooking. See, yeah, you like them for cooking. Yeah, I get that because they're not overly sweet. But back to this sentiment set. Really great. Love the You're So Golden. I love the fonts too. Have a delicious day. So cute. Could be used for a lot of different, any food themed sets you have. This is a great sentiment for that. And you deserve a whole orchard of thanks. Wonderful, again, with all these apple themed products. And then you have a couple quotes. We have a quote from Mark Twain. Don't be afraid to go out on a limb. That's where the fruit is. I love that. And then we have an unknown person. This quote is, although you can count the seeds in an apple, it is impossible to count the apples in a seed. Really, really great. I love that. It's kind of like your impact. And then there's even a couple images in this set as well. So really great sentiment set. Love that the addition of a couple images, because I actually take advantage of that on one of my cards. There is also a Stampin' Cut version of this Your Golden stamp set. So you have all the sentiments here, and then coordinating dies. We love that, coordinating dies for all those sentiments, and even the apple and the 2 leaves in that set. Let me show you a project with that. Here's one where I did, again, some little watercoloring. And I used, these apples are from this set to kind of add some images to my sentiment. And I used the You're So Golden stamp set. I usually get Fuji and Gala. Gala's really good. I like Gala too. That's one I get a lot as well. All right. And the next product we're going to be looking at is a die. This is a cover plate die. It is the Apple Frame cover plate. It is a large 4 1/4 by 5.5 die designed for A2 card making. It creates this beautiful, intricate kind of frame of leaves, branches, and apples. There's also additional dies in this set. You get a couple standalone dies, a couple standalone leaves, flowers with flower centers. And actually, you saw these flowers on Mindy's card earlier. This beautiful card here, she used the flowers from this set to add accents to this apple branch. So very, very cool. And let's check out some projects with this gorgeous. There's actually some coordinating projects that work, or coordinating products that work with this die. But let's check out this die all by itself. On this card here. So let me grab that. I like to kind of move it around because I feel like it's good to have a black background. It's easier to see everything. So here on this card, this was created just with this apple frame die, cut out of green cardstock, ink blended a little bit to make the leaves a little dimensional, and then colored the branch with a marker. That's really easy to do with those, that precision. And the apples were actually die cut out with these dies and then just placed on top. And it turned out really fun and cool. Of course, there's additional leaves that were added and flowers. But it's a really fun set. And all of this frame, and basically kind of the whole focal point of the card is really the frame, I'd say, even though there's a sentiment right in the center, but you can't keep your eyes off of the frame. It was all created with this one die. So that's really, really cool. A little bit of ink blending. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous die set. I think this is going to be the favorite from this release. It's just so, so fun. And I could see these even be like tweaking these images a little bit. You could, change them just because there's so many round fruit. I don't see why if you made them orange, they couldn't be oranges. I don't see why if you made them more corally, they couldn't read as peaches. I don't see why you couldn't make them more like blue and purpley and make them look more like plums. So I think there's a lot of fun play with this because they are just, round, and they're not super, super that classic kind of more of an oval apple shape. They're more that beautiful round apple shape. So I think you could have some fun with that if you tried some different color palettes, but a really great set. And again, that sentiment was from the Your Golden stamp set that I just showed you earlier. All right, let's move on to the other products that coordinate with this frame die. We have the Apple Frame stencils. This is a layering stencil set. There's actually five stencils. I'm so used to saying four. Four is usually what we do, but there is actually 5 stencils in this set, and they are designed to line up with this Apple Frame die set. So you can quickly die cut this out of white cardstock and then quickly color all the images with this layering stencil set. And it adds tons of dimension, makes it very easy to color the apples a different color than the leaves and branches. So, so wonderful. And look at just how stunning it is. So pretty. We are actually going to use, I'm going to use this and this die set today to create a fun shaker card. So stay tuned to the end for that. Really great set. Love these two together. But before we move on from this, let me show you some samples of the stencil. I'm going to show you a sample of the stencil that's just all on its own. And then you'll see some projects where these two were combined together. So first up, and I'm going to put these to the side, we have this. Isn't it great, Autumn? I love coordinating stencils. They just make it so easy to color. And then you have the added bonus is that you can combine stencils with sprays or texture mediums, so you can have some fun with that, that extra kind of versatility of that product. All right, we have first up this beautiful card. This is actually created by Mindy. So, so pretty. This just shows you the powerhouse of this stencil. It is essentially a tone-on-tone or monochrome card. So it's all kind of one color, but different values of that color. And she just used all 5 of those stencils to ink blend these apples, branches, and leaves into just this beautiful, more subtle, but still lots of dimension. Added it to, just some design and to the card front, the panel. It's just so, so pretty. She did finish it with that Mark Twain quote, which is awesome. And I just think this is nice. It looks like a book. Like, it's so pretty. It looks like a professional book. So cool. And then here's one that I created where I incorporated colors. And we got a cat fur there. Always going to have a cat fur piece there. So I took advantage of the stencils and used just a bunch of different ink colors. Same quote. So funny how we have 2 different takes of these stencils, and they're both really beautiful. And they're totally different. All the products are the same. The sentiment's the same. All the products are the same. Just different inks. And it totally has a different kind of look. Really, really fun. So I love all that dimension you get from that gorgeous stencil. So pretty. Now I'm going to show you some projects where the stencil is combined with the apple frame die. We have this really fun one from Mindy, and she did use some of those apples, those clay apples that we saw earlier. And she did use the stencil, but she used it kind of selectively. She only ink blended the apples. I thought that was very unique and clever. And I love her blended background. So, so cool. So another beautiful card. And here she used that "You Deserve a Whole Orchard of Thanks." Love that. And then we have one more. This stunning card here. Here you can see they did a bunch of different colors with the layering stencils on that frame cut out. I love how the stencils will end up leaving you a little border. That's really pretty. And she finished it off with a couple flowers that were die cut with that apple frame die set. The cats are going crazy and they're distracting me. Oh, the red one would be good for Valentine's Day. I do think that totally works with the pinks and reds. Absolutely. It's so pretty, right? Such a rich card. So really, really fun. Love, again, that blended background with this frame die set. It just is fun for some beautiful ink blended backgrounds. Isn't it pretty, Christine? So, so gorgeous. Okay, so that's the apple frame stencils and the apple frame die. We have one more kind of grouping of products included in this I Pick You collection, which is, again, kind of all this apple themed, a little bit of fall themed collection. First up is this guy right here. Let me make sure I get the name right. I had to put this in some different packaging, so not right on here. Let me get the name correct. This is In the Orchard stamp set. It's a 4x6 stamp set like all the rest that you've seen so far. It has this wonderful kind of apple branch. It's very large image, great for being kind of the focal point of your A2 card. And then you can just add some little accessories here and there. There's also I was going to call it a bridge. There's a ladder and a basket full of apples. You have these cute rain boots, super adorable, and some wonderful sentiments. You have I'd pick you every time, hang in there, and one bad apple doesn't spoil the bunch, which is really cute. So really wonderful set, great for coloring. You could Copic color this. You can watercolor this. My cats are going crazy. I'm not sure if you guys probably can't hear them, but they're running around underneath my feet here because they have a little plastic spider, like a black spider ring. This is like the best toy they've ever had. They love it so much. He's bumping though into my lights and he's making me a little nervous. Oh, and now I hit the camera. Oh my gosh. I'm about to take his, this is his spider. This is his favorite toy right now. I'm going to throw it. Hopefully he'll, oh, I threw it onto a chair. You couldn't hear me throw it. Oh no, I hope he finds it. Sorry, dude. Usually I have to kind of throw it away from here, almost like a dog with catch. All right, let's look at the other products. So there is also a Stampin' Cut. And again, I apologize for the packaging. It's not totally correct because we didn't have this one quite in yet when I gathered the products for this live. But you'll get that in the Orchard stamp set and then the coordinating dies. And this has a large die to cut out that big branch basket, the little bundle of apples, single apple, of course, the ladder, the boots, and all the sentiments. And again, another really great detail is they cut out a lot of the negative space in the sentiments. So even here with the I'd pick you, I think is what it says, really great cutting that out. And still one piece. This is all one piece. It's not any little bits. So I love that. Cats are my weakness. I have 3 cats, so I think we share the same weakness. I love them very much. They're great kitties. All right, and then here is the coordinating stencil. So this set is really fun and we kind of different. We haven't really done a stamp set quite like this, really image focused. We've kind of done this with patterns, but not for an image. So this is really fun and unique. There is a layering stencil here. Hello, Vicky. Yes, it's a good one. I love these 2 collections. This one, I Pick You, is so good, so strong. Lots of fun play between the products. So this layering stencil is just 3 stencils, but it will actually let you color all of the images. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm stumbling over my words today so badly. All the images in the Orchard stamp set. So really cool. Makes it so fast and easy. You could do fun ink blend gradations, which you'll see on a card that I made all the apples kind of have that, again, that like red, yellow blend on them. So cute. Yes. It's so great, right, Vicki? It just makes it so much easier to color. Coloring isn't always my favorite, so I love this option. I can choose to color it if I want to, pull out my Copics or my watercolors and color this, but I don't have to always do it that way thanks to the layering stencils. That's really nice. Plus, the layering stencils can actually be used all on their own. They don't have to be used with the stamp set. You could create this scene and it still reads as a branch and a ladder and all of that with just the layering stencils. So that's really cool because they can be used all on their own. So if you really like these images just as they are, you could just get the layering stencils. You don't necessarily have to get the stamp set, but the stamp set does come with the sentiments, which is really nice as well. So let's see some projects with these 2 products used together. First up, we have this super pretty card here. This was all the images here on this card were colored with the layering stencils. So look at that beautiful gradation on the basket. We even have some beautiful different colors here on the ladder because the ladder actually has 2 different stencils to color that. So you have like a dark and a light. You could use a dark and a light ink, I guess, is how I should say that. Pretty red here on all the apples. Love it with that pink background. Such a pretty card. And again, this is a great way. This sentiment definitely highlights again that attention to, oh no, this is from the other set. That's from the stamp set. Well, the second card, this is from the Apple Branch stamp set, this sentiment, which is, I'm trying to grab it here. This guy right here. It's this one right there. But the next card I'm going to show you will use a sentiment from this set, the In the Orchard set. All right, and here's in the next card. And here I use the I pick you every time. See, oh my gosh, how close that die gets to the sentiment. So cool. This one, I used the stencils again, and I was able to equal in little gradations on all the apples, even my apples in the basket and on the ground. And I included the rain boots on this one. So really, really fun set. Love it. You could, and I like what these two next together show you, the ladder under the branch, and this one showing you the ladder over. So super cool either way, a little different look. And this is one, again, I think if you change the colors, just like the apple frame, if you just change the colors, especially on the branch, this could look like oranges. It could look like peaches. It could look like plums. So you get some versatility out of this for sure. All right, that was everything in the I Pick You collection, but there's more. We're on to now the Yule Fuel collection. We also have our, I just realized my space is kind of, let's move that down. Move this down a little bit. There we go. Face is covered by all the live stuff. There we go. Yeah, but we have the the Yule Fuel collection, but we also have the Cool Yule collection. So I'm always getting a little tongue-tied over those two words, or those two collections. The Cool Yule is our handmade holiday workshop collection. But this is the Yule Fuel. This is a really fun one. We're going to start off with this 4x6 stamp set. Actually, let's do this one here. This is the Elf Culture stamp set. You have a lot of fun images. You have this book here. There's room for everyone on the nice list, which is cute. You have an Etch-a-Sketch that says Merry Christmas. Raccoon trying to give a hug. And then you have a bunch of kind of food and snacks. You have candy canes, candy corn, and syrup. So a really fun set. A bunch of sentiments too. This one goes with kind of the raccoon. Does somebody need a hug? Then you have, it's nice knowing we share an affinity for elf culture. And then you have the four main food groups: candy canes, candy corn, candy, and syrup. So such a fun, playful stamp set. This is the Stampin' Cut of Elf Culture. So again, that 4x6 stamp set, and then you have the coordinating dies that will die cut out all the images in this stamp set. So really, really awesome. Let me show you some fun projects created with Elf Culture. Let me move these out of the way. Here we go. I got my big stack over here. This guy was just out of reach. All right. We're going to start with that raccoon because he's hilarious. We have this fun shaped card with our raccoon. Super cool. And then we have this one here. In the background, you'll see a letterpress plus foil plate, which we will show you. I'll show you in just a minute. Super fun. Then we have one that takes advantage of those candy images and the four main food group sentiments. So you have candy, candy canes, candy corn, syrup. How fun is this? Super cute. And actually, I'm going to save the other cards to show you when I show you this next product. We'll kind of show them all together. So that's Elf Culture. Let's move on to the Sassy. Let me grab it. Make sure I say it right. Here, let's pull that back there. This is the Sassy Elf Costume die set. Here you can see what it looks like all die cut out, but here are the dies. They have this large die. Oops, this guy, some of these moved around. Oh no, this guy cuts out a large elf hat. You have a couple sentiments. You have a band and a feather for that large elf hat. And then you have dies for create kind of a smaller elf. You have a smaller elf hat, band, feather, and then you have legs and shoes. This one kind of fell off. But this is a really fun set. There's a lot of fun things you can do with this set, especially in combination with the Elf Culture stamp set. So let's look at some projects that combine both of these. So first up, I'm going to show you this one here that uses the small elf hat, the sentiments, and of course the legs and the feet. So cute and fun. Santa, OMG. Oh my God. And then we have this one, kind of a different take on that here. I used the die cut letters and adhered them onto my card base, but this one you can see die cut out of like a little black panel and then placed it onto the card front. So that's really fun and easy. And of course that beautiful background, which I'll show you later. So fun. Then we have this one here. I love the staggering or offset of the letters. So cute. Great with this fa la 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 cling background. And again, another fun way to use that elf hat and legs. Now we're going to move on to some projects that feature the large elf hat in that Sassy Elf, Sassy Elf Costume. Elf Culture and Elf Costume. Very close. So here's that large hat. Just ink blended up with the band and the feather. So fun. The sentiment from the Elf Culture stamp set. It's really cute there. Here's a fun one with that polka dot kind of background. A different sentiment on the band, but you could actually use the word dies in that set to kind of create your sentiment on the band that way too. And this one, I actually used the elf hat to create a shaker window and made a shaker card with that elf hat. So another fun idea to use that large elf hat. And then I think the last one I'm going to show you here, we'll do this one here. A different sentiment now. So now we're starting to combine really with the stamp set more. I use the It's Nice Knowing We Share an Affinity for Elf Culture on a little panel with the hat and legs. I love how I added a little gel pen highlight. I think that's just a cute little detail. We got a lot of these. Thank you, Lisa. That one's a fun one. The shaker card's really fun to do with that large elf hat, and you could fill it with so many fun things. It makes such a big window that it could be filled with images, not just fun, little clay components or, sequins and things. You could actually fill this with little images that kind of shake around inside too. It's a nice big window. And this is the last one I'm going to show you. Another fun one, again, combining the Elf Culture stamp set. Here I did the 4 main food groups again: candy, candy canes, candy corn, and syrup. And then use that hat and legs from the Sassy Elf Costume die set. So really cute. Lots of fun with those two sets. I'm going to put those off to the side. Things are getting kind of crazy. Let's grab our box back over here. We have just a few more products to go through. Next is another 4x6 stamp set. This one's so cute. I really love it. It is Santa Fuel. You have this really fun image of two hands kind of end up holding a plate that you could have cookies on, or you could have a carrot on for the reindeers, or a combination of both. And then you have some fun sentiments. Santa is coming, Santa Fuel. Of course, there's a glass of milk. So a really sweet set, a great one for coloring. Here you can see. Of course, there's a stamp and cut version of this Santa Fuel stamp set. You'll get the 4x6 Santa Fuel stamp set. And then on the back, you have all the coordinating dies. And these dies will cut out all of the images as well as the sentiments in this set. So dies for all of it. Super nice. Let me show you some projects with Santa Fuel. We have this fun one here. I love Santa's coming. So cute. Adorable coloring. And then we have this one here. Whoops. Santa Fuel. Here they use the cookies and the carrot and included the glass of milk. And I love these two cards showing you how you can use it with the hands, or you can opt out of the hands. And it's such a large image that it actually works really well, especially if you use this clever way of dividing up your card front with colored cardstock. It looks like the table. It's so smart and clever. Really, really cute set. All right. All right. Our next one is the Cup of Cheer letterpress plus foil plate. This is so cute. It has this vintage Santa mug. I'm sure you guys have seen this before, familiar with this. These are so fun. I love this design. It looks so beautiful. Letterpress or better press, so in ink, with that beautiful impression that the better press makes, or it can be foiled and it looks beautiful foiled too. And I have a couple projects to show you with this. They are in my lap. We have both of these are foiled. And you know what? I think I'm going to show you this other project too. But let's look at these first. This beautiful one with the red foil, doesn't it look so good? I love it. So fun, especially with the background and everything. And look at the sentiment down here, because again, these are all the sentiments. There's a lot of sentiments in this set. 5 in total, really cute. She foiled the Santa cup, and then she better pressed underneath. Adorable. And then we have this beautiful one by Kelly as well. Also foiled in gold, and she did a little bit of Copic coloring. So cute. Love it. And then we have this last one here. And this one's really, really simple. I just better pressed this with some red ink. I believe I used cranberry, Hero Arts cranberry ink, onto a panel of pink cardstock. So, so pretty. And it just looks, this is a great one for mass producing your Christmas cards. You could mass produce, get it set up in your better press and just better press panel after panel after panel. So, so easy. What are the sentiments? Let me read them, Vicki, because you can't really see. You have these really two so far. You've seen Warm Holiday Wishes, Hot Chocolate, and Warm Holiday Wishes is the one I used on that Shaker elf hat card. Let me grab that one. Oh, it wasn't Shaker. It was this one. So you've seen these two. Then there's Hot Chocolate Season. And let me read the other ones. We have Yule Fuel, Cup of Cheer, or Cup O Cheer, and Fa La 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 Latte, Warm Holiday Wishes, which we've seen, and Hot Chocolate Season. So very, very cute. Love that. I love the Cup of Cheer one. That's really cute. I'm thinking, can I use that one? And the font's very fun. Yeah, I agree, Vicki. Super cute set. And I love how it has a little curve to them, so they fit nice underneath. They just kind of really go nicely underneath that mug. Oh my gosh, my cats are crazy. They're talking and running around. All right. And the last product I'm going to show you, and you've seen it on a bunch of samples already. I didn't realize I had it very last in my stack, is the Celebration letterpress with foil plate. This creates that beautiful kind of polka dot background that you've seen on so many cards. This one here, this guy here, even here in the background. All these examples show what it looks like better pressed, so with ink. And then here you can see it foiled. So it's foiled on this guy here. I love it foiled. How pretty is that? And foiled in red here in the background. This is such a great letterpress and foil plate because it's really an evergreen product. It can be used for a bunch of different occasions. So it is tied to this kind of Christmas themed release, but I could see this used for birthday, of course, even possibly wedding or graduation or just general background. It's a really versatile one. I know that you'll probably turn to over and over again just because polka dots can be used for really anything. Oh yes, Vicki, I love anything. Me too, because I have a vintage Christmas as well, and he's just so fun. All right. That was the last product. That was the entire Yule Fuel collection. I am going to show you the catalog real quick because I kind of showed you the Apple, the I Pick You collection in the catalog. Now I want to show you the Yule Fuel. So pretty. And a lot of these cards you've already seen, but it's fun to see the pages, I think. So it was super fun. That was the Yule Fuel. Let's move on to creating a project. I'm gonna take a quick sip of my water. Ooh, this got all like wacky. There we go. There we go. And I've actually done some die cutting already. So this card should come together pretty quickly. I'm gonna work with the I Pick You collection, specifically the apple frame, because it's just so cute. That apple frame die. I've already die cut it out of white cardstock, and you can see the die creates all those beautiful lines on your paper already. I also die cut it out of red. I just haven't popped out the negative pieces because I'm going to end up cutting these apples out. So I don't really need to pop them out, not till later. This frame is going to come in handy to create a shaker card. I think this is just the easiest way to create a shaker card because this frame is just going to hide my foam adhesive a little bit better. I could stack and do it that way, but I think I want my my little apples. I'm going to use these apples. I want them to be able to move completely around in this panel. I don't want it to just be in the center, but that's a good option. If you don't want to have a frame, you could create a shaker card and the shaker components just shake in the center, and you build your well by stacking die cuts. You just die cut this apple frame a couple of times, like probably 3 or 4 times, and then adhere those together to create that well for your shaker components. But this time we're going to use foam adhesive. Yes, I agree, Vicki. The I Pick You is super good. And we got 2 Vickies. Oh, awesome. Yes, I almost colored, but I thought, you know what? Coloring is not necessarily my strong suit. And I know a lot of people are probably going to color that apple branch. So I chose to use this die set and create a shaker card instead. But that I almost did because I wanted to color it. It's just one of those sets where you just want to color that apple branch. It's so good. I'm getting the stencils. I had to remember what I was doing. All right, I'll get the stencils out here, and we're going to start by adding some dimension to our red apples. with the layering stencil set. So here's that apple frame layering stencil set. Again, there's 5 stencils in all. Let's pull them out. All of our Hero Art stencils have registration marks, making it really easy to line up. You can see, let's hold it like this. This is how it goes. Yeah, lines up with those apples so perfectly. Isn't that awesome? So really easy. I cut this out of red cardstock, but if you started with white, you could, again, color all of your apples, your branch, your leaves so fast and easy thanks to the stencils. But since I'm doing something a little bit different, I'm going to be selective and only use some of the stencils. So I'm going to use stencil 2, and I'm going to use stencil 5, which will ink blend a little like bottom of the apple. So those are the only ones I'm going to use. Oops. There we go. Grab this, place it down, and I'm going to start with this layer, line it up, and since this is, I'm just lining this up to the cut marks in the die cut, I don't even need to worry about taking advantage of my registration marks. But those registration marks are really handy if you were going to do kind of single layer. So just ink blend over the stencils on a panel and not use the apple frame die at all. We're going to ink blend in. Yep, I understand, Vicky. Coloring, some people, I got to be in the right mood. Somebody said that you have to be in the right mood for coloring. And I was like, that I think is the key. Sometimes I'm in the right mood for coloring. Sometimes I just want to, I'm impatient, I guess. I just want to get to the end, end pretty result, you know? And that's why stencils are so fun. They get you there so fast. So this is cranberry. It's a dark red. Whoops. We're going to ink blend these apples, make them have a little bit more dimension. We got through the products pretty quickly. That's good. I felt like I was going really slow. I try not to make these lives too long, but I'm not very good at that. But today we're going to do good. Today we're going to be not terribly long. Oops. All right, I'm going to peek, see how we did here. Oh yeah, I've got nice contrast. That's all I need. Cute. You can definitely see where I ink blended. All right, now we're going to move on to this stencil 5, which is really kind of the branch and the veins of the leaves and the little detail on the apples. So we're going to line this up. I'm going to line it up with this would have been probably a good one to have taken advantage of the, oh, but I can line up to the branches. That's what I can use. There we go. Now I'm actually going to ink blend this in black, which I know sounds kind of strange, but that's because my apples, the bottoms of them are kind of black. And I just think that will make everything, pull an apple out here, make everything go together a little bit better. I know that, Vicky, I agree so much. That's why once the layering stencils came out, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I don't have to color. I can color when I want and not color when I don't want to. So we're just ink blending the apples. It's totally okay if I ink blend the other portions a little bit. I'm actually going to fussy cut these apples out, which won't be hard to do because they're almost cut out already. There we go. Look at how great that looks. Save that. All right. Let's cut these apples out. Grab my scissors here. This one's a pretty good example. There's only like a couple places. Can you see that I have to cut? It's mostly cut out. We're not really going to inlay, but it's kind of like inlaying. Maybe it's more like paper. It's paper piecing. That's what it's called. We're going to paper piece these apples onto our white frame. So actually, I'm going to grab my white frame now and start placing these down so I don't get them mixed up. Cute. I'm choosing to do a white frame today just because you've seen a lot of samples where they ink blended the whole frame, and I thought this would be fun, kind of different look. Okay, let's cut this guy out. Do I have these in the wrong way? I do. But he does go there. Oh, I flipped. I'm holding it different now. Okay. Here we go. So I'm cutting out this one that goes here now. And one little spot stuck. There we go. He goes here. And again, that apple frame die set, I'm going to grab it. Because I might want to come back to it. Has these standalone apples that I even did on one card, just glued them right on top. So you don't have to fussy cut this out if you don't want to do it this way. But I just wanted to do it a little bit different. Let me show you the card where I just cut these out and laid them right on top. Everything's just moved around. Let's see. It was the blue one. I don't know why I can't find it. Oh, here it is. This one. This one, I just took these guys and just glued them right on top. So you don't have to do it this way if you don't want to. But the advantage of doing it this way is I had the layering stencils to add dimension to my apples. Here we go. Let's cut this one out. That guy goes there. I might have missed him. I think I might have missed coloring that top. But that's all right. They don't all need the little black part. He goes right there. And let's do... And we have only 4 more left. And I am gluing them onto a white frame, so it's not like absolutely essential that they be a perfect cut. Oh my gosh, they're looking so cute though. This one goes right here. Maybe I didn't. Maybe some of them don't have that part. Oh, I think I did just miss them. I think it was that one and that there. Oh, I'm trying to decide if I need to do them. I might need to. Question: do you have an ink swatch of the 4 core ink pads that you could show? An ink swatch. I do. Let's see. This is cranberry. So this is the color I'm using right now. Hi, Crystal. Welcome. You're at the good part. We're now making cards. We're now crafting. That's the part that I'm excited. Part that I get excited about for sure. Right. I think I'm going to have to do the black part. It's going to make me nuts that I've missed these 2 apples, so I will have to come back to it. But it'll only take me 2 seconds to do, so. All right. Oops. One more spot to cut. There we go. All right, I think that's good. Let's do these last 2 apples. Yeah, I think they need it, but I can hold up so you can kind of see a little bit better. How cute. Hello, welcome. I don't have a video of how I made that, Vicki. I made it so long ago, and I actually made it. This is all waffle flour products, and it's so old they probably don't carry any of this. But it was a waffle flour die that cut the opening for this spine. It's essentially for their planner, but I ended up turning it into like my ink swatch book. And that's where I have all my inks. That's all the Hero Arts core inks stamped out in here. And it is so, this is not really screen pretty, but it is what I use. This is my Bible. It is my actual thing I use all the time for my ink. It's my ink Bible. It has all my inks in it. But I do think like the swatches are a really great way to do it too, like actual tag swatches, because that way you can, let's try to do it like this. Can this work? Pop these kind of back in here. So we can try to do both of them at once. Probably can't do both at once anyway, so but at least can get them in the right direction so I'm less confused. There we go. Okay. Stencils probably won't line up perfectly, but or at least in the right direction so I know. We'll do that one first. Yeah, waffle flour. Exactly. Yeah, waffle flour is another stamp and die company. They make amazing products too. And they had a whole planner collection once, and I think that might not be available anymore, I'm afraid, though. All right. Oh, they look so much better now. I'm glad I did that. Glad I took that extra step. They just matched it a lot more. Yeah, Spellbinders has a really great system too for their card stocks. I think some of that could be overlap with the paper too, but yeah, there's a lot of great systems for organizing. Mine's pretty simple, just a book with all my colors stamped out and labeled. But the individual tags are nice because then you can place colors by each other. I think that was what I was going to say, and I never actually said it. That's why tags are kind of nice to have them on tags. Almost like I was talking about before, like the Spellbinders color, their cardstocks. If you had something kind of similar like this too with your inks, would be nice too, because then you could put colors next to each other that aren't next to each other in the when you stamp them. So you can play to move them around and stuff. All right, I'm gonna glue. Oh no, where'd my other guy go? Oh no. Oh no, oh no, I've lost an apple. Is this it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Phew. I don't need to lose anything. I don't want to make it again. Oh, I like a flip card system. Yeah, too. Yeah, exactly. There's some great ways out there to do it. And sometimes, unfortunately, the only way you're going to figure out what you like is kind of doing one. And then after you've made one, after you've done all that work, you'll realize how you could have done it better. But that's just how it goes. You don't really know what you're going to like until you've really made it and used it, you know? Okay, we're going to glue these down. All right. We do have a sentiment we're going to have to do too. I'm thinking though, I'm going to use the sentiment from either they're in the orchard or apple branch. So the 4x6 image sets instead of the you're golden. I guess because I'm thinking I want a little smaller one that doesn't cover up our fun shaker apples too much. Now I'm wondering, should I have had some leaves? No, we have a green background. We don't need leaves. But do we? Uh-oh. Plans changing. Do I need some leaves? Look how cute they're going to be in there. Adorable. I got to get some green ones in there too. Oh my gosh, I love these clay apples. They're so fun. Look how cute. I feel like maybe I need some leaves now that I've glued them down. I'm going to do it this way with the leaves. Hopefully I can pop them up. I'm going to lift them up a little. We'll make it work. I think we can make it work. All right. I think we need some leaves. So let me grab some green cardstock. The problem is I really want it to match these. So I feel like it has to be this color. Just kind of more of a teal. Okay, let's die cut some leaves. They're just so cute. I'm trying to see if I have a bigger scrap. So I don't cut that beautiful panel. They might need a little ink blend themselves, but I'm not going to use the stencil. I think I'm just going to ink blend on them with my blending tools. Where is my top plate? Where did it go? Here it is. All right. I think this is going to add a lot. I wasn't originally going to do these, but now I'm like, oh my gosh, I think they'll be so cute. whole bunch out. It's got like, I don't know. Oops. Like 4 sets. 4 sets should be plenty. Oh, they're so pretty though, you guys. Does that not look so cute? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Cute, cute, cute. I don't even know if I need to ink blend them. They're adding such nice contrast. Okay, though, I think because we added the leaves, we can't do the speckle. I think that would be too much. So that's the trade-off, I guess. Crystal, I wish I thought about them more often. My instincts would have gone to use the darker green, but you're right. They're so pretty. That's what I wish I thought of more often, is like, why did I get into these like tight way of thinking, like, oh, leaves are green. They have to, and they must always be green. And then I'll see someone do brown leaves even, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Brown, purple, you know, any color. We don't have to be so rigid in our thinking. There we go. I think that's 4 sets, but I think I need 5. Because I like them so much. And these leaves are all part of the whole apple frame die. So it's really nice that the die came with these additional dies. All right, I'm going to say that we'll work with that. If we need more, we'll cut more, but that's where we're going to stop from now. I do have to make a decision. Do I need to ink blend them or not? I can start tucking some of these underneath. I think I can even tuck, because of how we lined them up. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so cute. Okay, I got to get my apples out of the way. Put those over there while we work. Oh, so pretty. Okay, this guy needs a leaf here real bad. Can you tuck it under? Yeah. Perfect. Let's grab our tweezers. Kind of doing some operation here because I glued these down already. I didn't realize I was going to incorporate the leaves. I'm not going to ink blend them. I'm going to keep them flat, just how they are. I don't think they need it. Okay, you need to be here though. You are like set in stone. This one has to be here. You, on the other hand, I want to move you someplace else. Let's do this guy. Yeah, that's better. Tuck them in here and there. Once I get them all arranged, then I'll glue them down a little bit more permanently. Oh, they're so fun. Leaves add so much, don't they? Did I glue him too? Oh, I got pretty far with the gluing process before I changed my mind. Luckily, I can just tuck them underneath without much problem. All right. And so they do kind of line up, some of them. I do think I need 2 more leaves and then we're done. You received your kit? Oh, yay! It's so good. Tomorrow, guys, I'm doing the Stamp and Craft live. Tomorrow at the same time, noon on Sunday. And I'm trying to find my leaf dice. We're going to be crafting with the September card kit. It's going to be so fun. We're going to create a shaker card. Very different from this one, though. And a cute card with those adorable critters. The dies, it's the September die set. Cozy critters. It's adorable. We're going to create some fun cards tomorrow. So I hope you guys can join me. If you don't have the card kit, don't worry. I definitely think there's some things you could pull from, especially the shaker card project. Or if you don't have your kit yet, that's cool too. It'll be on replay, but you can always come and chat. Sometimes people like to watch it first, which I totally understand. Watch the whole kind of process first and then try to make it afterwards. I totally get that. Okay, this is it, I think. This is all I need. Oh yeah, that's cute. Okay, let me glue some of these leaves in place. Start with these ones down here. And I apologize for my nails. I have just been so busy. Yes, I was coloring the squirrels. Yay! Tomorrow I'm going to Copic color the squirrel, something a little different than I did in the video. So that's fun to see too. I always like to watch how people color stuff, especially with alcohol markers. I find it really helpful. Just see their palettes even it's just to see their palettes. That's my thing I struggle the most. That's kind of why I think I don't always love coloring, because I stress out about the color palettes way too much. Like there's no reason to do that, but I can't help it. I do. There we go. Cute. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with these guys. I'm gonna glue these apples down because I've got some stray glue. And I don't want to get glue everywhere. Here we go. We're getting there. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to take a picture of it. You ever have projects you're so excited about, you're starting to you're like, I can't wait to it to be done and I can take a picture of it. It's just gonna look so cute. Okay, now we just kind of can pop up these other ones, glue them pretty easily. Make sure I'm still doing this on screen. I have red squirrels in my yard. Oh, I love that. I wish I had squirrels. What do we have here? I have lots of feral cats in our neighborhood. We think we have a fox. We have, of course, security cameras. and we saw a cat like walk in our carport and then comes running after it. Not a fox. Did I say fox? Coyote, because we don't have foxes. It was a coyote, but look, it kind of looked like a fox with its bushy tail and stuff. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. We're very much in the city, so it's weird to have that. I do too, Vicky. It's turned out so pretty. I'm so glad I added the leaves. Oh, that added so much. So pretty. There's even, I could even add mint leaves. Gosh, do I get that crazy? I don't know, guys. Maybe I'll try it. I'm feeling a little crazy. I've got some mint green. Oh my gosh. Do we need more leaves? Probably not, but are we going to add them? Maybe. I'm just going to add a couple, like here and there. Try it real quick. This is our frame. I'm going to see how that's looking. I was thinking, oh, this will be such a simple. And then I went, nope, I can't do anything simple. I just get all of it. All of a sudden it starts popping out at me. And I'm like, oh, that would be cool. That would be pretty. Okay, let's grab this. Oh, these are pretty. Okay, we got to add a couple. We're not going to go as crazy with these as we did that pretty teal one, but we'll have to add some of these because it kind of looks like this leaf looks minty. So I think it's a good addition. Libby! Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I mean, I wish I had it all figured out beforehand. But sometimes things just jump out at you while you're coming together. But it's turning out so pretty. I'm getting really excited about it. Can you tell I didn't figure this card out all beforehand? All right, I think one more set of the mint leaves and then we're ready to kind of bring it together. The only thing we'll have left to do, I know it sounds like, oh my gosh, you've been fussing with this frame forever, but it's really kind of the focal point of the card. Besides little adorable mini clay apples. So it's worth that extra time just stepping it up to the next level. OMG, I'm obsessed with these mint green leaves. I thought I couldn't get better with the teal ones, and then it just got a little bit better. Ah, I'm so excited. It's gonna be cute. Oh my gosh. I think you guys can see, like, it's gonna be cute. Oh, I totally agree. That I think is why I like card. One of the things I like about card making, it's not just the playing with the fun products, it's that puzzle of design, getting the pieces together and making it look so cute. It's, y'all, been doing it a long time and I'm never tired of it. I love card making. And I think that's really why. It's just it's so fun to kind of solve it. Okay, where are we going to put these is the question. Fortunately, I glued some of my apples down and it would have been ideal to tuck some here and there in some spots, but I did mess up on a little bit. Got to get some green down here. Cute, cute, cute. Oh, I can tuck it under here, I'm sure. There you go. Take one more there and That's it. Okay, if I got one more, we'll put one more here. Oh, these nails are driving me nuts. I can't work like this. They're too bad. They're too long. All right, I think I'm happy with that. So we're going to glue them down now. Let's get that down there. Cute. Okay, I think those were all glued down. Do one here. And this is the last one. I guess I did teal leaf I didn't use, but that's okay. That or I accidentally didn't glue one down. Oh my God, it's so cute. Look at it, so good. Oh, Vicky, these nails are ridiculous. I hate them so much. I keep being like, I can do it today. I can do it today. I have had no chance to get down and get my nails done. Cute. All right. Just looking at it one final time. I think that's good. I'm happy with that. Let's adhere it to the, let's adhere it to this frame first. And this I just die cut out of the infinity rectangles. I did this just to create a thicker border so it's a little easier for me to hide the foam adhesive behind. So let's start by gluing this. And we'll weight it down. And then we'll do the, that's my crazy cats. Acetate. Okay, kind of lines. Can I get things lined up? I don't think so. It's tricky because of all those layers of the leaves. All right, there we go. I'm going to put down this guy. Let that sit. Well, that's kind of drying a little. Let's work on our sentiment because we still have that to do. I'm thinking black cardstock, white heat embossed, like classic, go-to, always looks good. Question is, which sentiment am I going to use? I have the apple branch sentiment set, or apple branch set. With some bunch of sentiments. You're the sweetest. Thank you. Maybe. Kind of was thinking a little bit bigger. And then I also have the orchard, in the orchard. Oh, I know where that is. Ooh, a black frame would be pretty. I didn't even think about that, Vicky. That would be so pretty. I love that idea. So I have this one. And again, we have one bad apple doesn't spoil the bunch. Oh my gosh, if I had thought about it earlier, it would be fun to have done one apple like a little rotten. That would have been fun with that one. But I didn't think about that. So we'll just leave that as is. But it would be cute though. It's such a cute idea. Oh shoot. No, I can't do it. Can't do it. I just don't know if I really want to put a rotten apple on my card. That's already so pretty. I'd pick you every time. Or you're the sweetest. I think I'm gonna do you're the sweetest because that could work for so many things. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And it's a little bit bigger, but not so big. I think I'm going to do that. All of them really would work. Though I still think that one bad apple doesn't spoil the bunch would be so fun too. You just had one apple that just wasn't like a little brown, a little yellow brown. What do you think? Do you guys think that would be bad? A little yellow brown apple. Okay, I'm gonna move that out of the way. And our sentiment down. I'm going to use some anti-static powder. And I'm going to use white, unicorn white embossing, or unicorn white pigment ink. That's what I do all my embossing now with, pretty much. It's just a little risky. I could make one and just like quickly make one and just, we could decide at the very end. Maybe we'll do that. I don't have to commit to it. But I think it's such a strong idea. Oh, but that means I have to stamp that sentiment too. Okay, well, that's the trickier part. That's a little more time consuming. But it would be such a good like little connection of the sentiment and the images. All right, I'm going to heat set this. Oh, so good. Perfection. Let's do just so we can try it. We have options. You guys can be the deciders. That's how I feel too, Crystal. It's a strong idea. It could look terrible. Could totally go bad, but it's so strong. All right, so we got our sentiment. The other one, other possibility. Put them here. Same thing. Here we go, one more time. All right, put that out. Quickly wipe this. Put that away. Tap off the excess. All right, let's heat set this. We have options. We got options. How am I going to do this rotten apple? I think the best way would have been to make one of these clay apples look rotten. That would be like the best way. What do you guys think? Like, I could try to color. I don't know if that would work. Like, color on the apple. I'm getting crazy. It's getting crazy. Okay, coordinating dies for those two sets. Let's grab this one, that, and this one. Okay. Oh, that is so cute. Vicky says that would be perfect card for my niece who's a teacher who's having a hard school year. Oh, I used to be a teacher. I don't know if you guys know that. I used to be a special education teacher. So I feel for those teachers. They're the soul of the earth. They have hearts. I almost can't say without getting emotional, but they really are wonderful, wonderful people. So your niece is doing amazing, and I hope that it gets better. Oh, that's the worst too, is when you're having conflict in that way, Vicky. One teacher's causing trouble. Oh gosh, I've been there. I have been there. It is a hard job that people do appreciate, but even still, it's just one that we can't say thank you enough to them, I think. All right, cut those out. Let's put this card together. I can see it. It's on the horizon. All right, there's our two sentiments. Put our dies in a safe spot. Look at how good that is. Like, so good. How like a negative space was cut out by the die. Like, you guys, so good. They look really pretty. They're gonna look so pretty with everything. Okay, we have to do the acetate now. So I'm using Hero Arts acetate panels. Thanks to Kelly, I made a recent discovery that these actually die cut beautifully too. We're not going to die cut today, but I just wanted to point that out because I've struggled for so long die cutting acetate. These die cut so good. These are the panels. Actually, you can see some die cut leftover pieces inside. I'm blown away. Game changer. I'm sure Libby knew all this, and I was living under a rock or something. I had no idea. All right, we're going to add glue to the frame. And I'm out of my Hero Arts glue, which is, I can't even believe it. I thought I had so much, and then I tried to pull some out for the live, and I was like, I don't have any glue. This is tragic. So we're using other glue today. Oh, but she's clogged. Let's try again. I had the lid on and everything. That's got to do it. That's got to do it. Okay, that did it. I actually can put glue like on all of the white parts. So it doesn't have to just be behind the frame, because this is going to get, it's the foam adhesive that I need to make sure is behind the frame. Okay. Today's a busy day for us. We're going to try to go to a little Oktoberfest after this, because Oktoberfest actually is supposed to be celebrated in September. So they did it right. And taking my dad to a concert tonight. Well, it was his Father's Day gift, but I'm going tonight, doing it tonight. And we're going to see America, so that'll be fun. All right. We do need to build the walls for our shaker. So So I'm going to move this while this is drying. Put that there. Let's build our wall for our shaker. I'm going to pour these into a little trinket thing. Put all of these in there for now. Will not be using all of them, but get them out of the way. Okay, for foam adhesive, I'm going to use my foam adhesive strips. I've got 1/8 of an inch. Stick those down right along the edge. This is going to create our well. Very easy. There we go. Yeah, I agree, Crystal. I don't need any more with this. But I just wanted to point out, because it's a new discovery, that the acetate cuts well with dyes. The clear panel does. So I will be doing that tomorrow, actually. Showing you guys how well they work. All right, there's our well. Perfect. So there's our well. We can now fill it with our clay apples. Let's grab those guys. So stinking cute. I'm obsessed. Get some of those green ones in there. Am I adding all of them? It feels like a little too much, because they are so stand out. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I love them. They're adorable. Okay, that'd be it. I think that's enough. Let's remove the backing, and then we'll be ready to put this together. He had a good side and a bad side. I flipped him over to his good side. This foam adhesive, I have a hard time removing the backing on. There we go. So pardon me while I fuss with that for a minute. It always takes longer than it should for whatever reason. All right. So clumsy. Okay. Let's see if I can get it going on this side. Here we go. Pardon me while all my focus is on removing the backing. All right, one more. Ah. There we go. Okay, let's glue this on here. Stick that down. Okay, make sure they're all flat. I gotta stand up to do this. I will not get it straight if I don't. There we go. Oh my goodness, you guys, it's so cute. How fun. I love it. Okay, that's what the bad apple one would be. And this is the, I think over there is a good spot, like over there. I do think I like You're the Sweetest. I don't know. Yeah, the leaves are just they were a good addition for sure. Even though I love this idea, I'm just not loving the way the sentiment is looking with that it's tinier font with everything. That's the only thing that I'm hesitating on. And I think if I add that and the apple, the rotten apple, like maybe if I did this one, that rotten apple, or this one, the rotten apple, it just would be too much. I think the rotten apple idea would look good if I didn't make it a shaker card. So I want to do that idea again with this and the sentiment, but not a shaker card. I think that's where we'll save it. I think it's just too busy with that going on with the shaker card, even though I really like the idea. So stay tuned. I'm going to do that later. Let's finish this with popping this up. I'm going to grab some black foam adhesive strips, and then it'll be done. Me too, Vicky. It's such a nice detail. I gotta separate these. Strips are stuck together. I'm making it hard. Aren't they so cute? I know. I love the clay. The minute I saw them, I'm like, yep, this is what I'm using today. So whatever I do in this live, I'm using those clay apples because they're so adorable. They make me very happy. Stick that down. And then we will be pretty much done. Save that, of course. Okay. I do like the black sentiment though, too. That was a good choice as well. This foam is a little thinner, and for whatever reason, the thinner foam, I have no problem removing the backing on. Even with my very dirty tweezers. I still think, maybe I do it right in the center. Where do I put this? Where do I put the sentiment? It would be cute right in the center. I think right in the center, actually, now that Yay! We straight? I don't know. Let's stand up. It's always the hardest part, right? We're straight enough, I think. All right. Let me try to get rid of some of the glare of all my lights because you can't really see. That's a little bit better. I love the way it turned out. It's so fun. Love all the leaves. And even the little bit of ink blending we did on the apples is so cute. Love it, love it, love it. And those apples move so good inside. This is a fun one. All right, guys, that completes today's project. I'm gonna pop over to my other Forward facing. All right. Thank you so much. I know it ended up being a little bit longer than I'd hoped, but I do love how it turned out. Let's hold it up so you can see. So fun. Can't really shake it, but it looks cute even with all the apples down below. So pretty. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed that unboxing of the I Pick You and the Yule Fuel collections. They are now available, so definitely check them out. You can see all the products over on our website and on our Instagram account. You can start there and find the Instagram hop for today. Leave a comment while you hop and see all the amazing projects by our creative team and special guests. It is a great way to get inspiration and really see the versatility of the products. Natasha has some beautiful cards with this frame, apple frame set, so definitely check out her cards for sure. But leave a comment as you hop along because that interests you into the giveaway. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I hope to see some of you, if not all of you, tomorrow at the same time, noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. For the September Stamp and Craft. We're going to create 2 cards with the September Hero Studio, and I hope to see you guys there. All the information on that, by the way, is up on our blog. You can find out more about the September Stamp and Craft and gather your supplies and find out what products we're going to use and even see the instructions so you can see the projects there as well. So hope to see you tomorrow and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye, everyone.